Yo, we are about a couple days away from NXT TakeOver 31 and a couple weeks removed from the relaunch of NXT UK. What up, everybody? It's your boy Flobo, Boyce, FlowBito.com himself, and this is Draped in Gold, the post show for NXT and NXT UK. A lot to talk about this week, a lot of stuff's going on. But before I do, I got to introduce my broadcast partner in crime. Give it up for real, Jack Farmer. How's it going, sir?
Man, it is a hot day in Southern California, but I am doing good. Speaking of the black and gold brand, check out that black and gold shirt on Flobo Boyce today. Looking good.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Get your own at FlowBito.threadless.com. And I got to say, man, I know it's kind of hot now, but this morning you had a particular beverage, did you?
Yeah, speaking of hot, I had a hot cup of Broasters coffee from www.thebroasters.com. It's single origin organic beans, roasted weekly, straight from Rome, New York. Small business, which is so important to support during these times. The best coffee around. Do yourself a favor. Go to www.thebroasters.com. Type in promo code BROCODE1 and try yours today. And you tell me if it's the best in the world.
And if you disagree, don't tell them that anyway. Yo, huge episode of NXT UK and NXT. We couldn't do it alone. We made the call. We had our own little draft happening. The boys at the Bleav podcast network, Bleav in NXT, to help us out today. I got to give it up for both Cedric and Della. How you doing, sirs?
Great, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling.
Doing awesome, man. Thanks for having us, guys.
Draped in gold, black and gold brand celebrations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, excited to have you guys on. This is going to be a fun chat. What a week for you guys to do. I always don't know if I'm doing it right.
I never try. It's almost like I don't want to be wrong. Hey, watch, whenever I get stopped by the cops, that'll be the photo they use on Facebook. This guy is a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, wait, nah. But, yo, top story today, man. NXT UK, third week since the relaunch, right? So we got a little look of the Heritage Cup. And a word is different. I want to hear you guys' opinion about this format working in 2020 on NXT UK. Dylan, let me start with you, man. What thoughts about that?
Man, it's different, like you said, because it's in theory you go 6 rounds if you go the distance. Yep. 3 minutes each round, a 20-second break. So basically you're wrestling a 25-minute match, give or take. It's just weird. Like the stoppage, like I was watching the first match with Dar and Wolf, and I'm like, okay, we're building up, and then it's like, all right, stop. It's like watching a UFC fight almost.
We can't have that.
But not Raw Underground bad.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
It's going to take some getting used to, but I like it because it works for NXT UK. No way in hell it would work over here.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sandbox type deal. Jack, your thoughts about that, though? I mean, I know we were looking forward to last week. You're like, oh, man, I can't wait to see it. Now we've saw it. Thoughts?
I loved it. I mean, we watch so much wrestling, us guys, and we've become experts on every type of matches they can have. We've seen a million different ladder matches, so we know the psychology and we know what's going on. But this was a match, even though they've explained the rules multiple times, I felt like I was still figuring out what it was supposed to be happening as it was happening. And I felt like I got to learn a whole new match style as it was happening and seeing the different strategies and things like Wolf attacking Dar during the break period, or just kind of pummeling him for a little bit and trying to rack up some quick wins. It was interesting. I thought it was fun. I don't know if this will stay. I'll stay a huge fan of it, but I thought this match did a great job of introducing a new match style and kind of teaching us what to expect from it.
That's a good point, Cedric. I know if you ever saw this live, would you be chanting Heritage Cup? Or you just kind of like, not my feeling. I'm never doing that.
No, I'm not. I'm more of a laid-back, reserved person in the audiences, man. But no, like piggybacking off what Jacob was saying, just when did WWE become fascinated with this shoot-style fighting so much? Yeah. Like, am I watching wrestling that I've loved for the past 30 years, or am I watching boxing? Because like the Water Boys in the corner man, probably got a cut man too. It was just it's going to take something to get used to that. And is it a step up from Raw Underground? Yes, because it seems like they're just throwing guys in there Raw Underground. You can obviously see who they're trying to push, so the playing field is already leveled. So I think that you get used to it.
Okay, I mean, did the right guy win, Cedric? Do you think? You got Wolf against Noam Dar. First time we were ever seeing anything. Dar came out on top. Was it the right decision?
Yeah, I think Dar's ceiling might be a little bit higher than Wolf's. If this is supposed to be like a traditional, like actual brawl type fight, which if you look at it from the first round, then I would have picked Wolf. But I'm guessing there's plans for Dar. Dar is a long ways away from his Alicia Fox days. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Alicia Fox, man. She was on for a long time. Jack, the way this ended today was kind of a dust up, fisticuff, and flim flam shenanigans, as you would say.
My favorite.
Right, getting Walter involved too. Looks like it's going to be some sort of four-way between Imperium, Dunn, and Ilya Dragunov. Is still the number one contender from before the break. Thoughts about that? Was this beneath Walter to come out, help his boy out, or should he be like, backstage being like, "You got your ass beat"?
No, not at all. When Pete Dunne is involved, Walter's going to be involved. Pete Dunne is the star of the show. Whether Pete Dunne's out there as the referee or not, he's the star. And if you're the champion, you can't let the star go beating up on your guy or costing him matches. You got to come out there and show him he needs to respect the ring. So I thought Walter was absolutely justified in coming out. And who doesn't want to see more Walter and Pete Dunne bumping into each other? Also, Dragunov, I thought it was great. I think it set up a lot of things for them to do. I was happy with the ending of this.
Della, true or false? Walter looks like a fat Dominic.
Whoa. Wow. It's still in the afternoon, sir.
My legal counsel has advised me that it's not in my best interest to answer this question.
Fair enough.
I don't ever want to run into the big man if I'm in Europe or if he's stateside and somehow he remembers this and me take a chop. Nah.
Out of Panera Bread. Oh, David Walter.
Nah, we good. Nah.
He's still in his tights in the Panera Bread.
Wow.
Oh man,
you might have a point, but I'm not going to agree with you though.
Fair enough, man. Like, it was a weird match for me. I thought that okay, NXT UK is trying something. The audience isn't as big, but even the fact that earlier today we had a play-in match or whatever between Amir Jordan, Kenny Williams, and Ashton Smith. I mean, Ashton Smith hadn't won matches in like close to a year, so I know he'll be taking the pin. Did it bother you though that the last gas to get in this match was kind of not on the same level as other guys in the tournament? I mean, Della, you got like Trent Seven in this tournament, you got Noam Dar in this tournament, and then you got like Kenny Williams playing for seed number 8.
Yeah, see, I looked at that and actually I thought I was like, oh, Ashton Smith's going to get this because Williams and whatnot, they're tag team partners. So I was like, it makes no sense. And I kind of look at this like AEW with their tag team tournament. Okay. Remember how a lot of people were like, why the hell is Private Party here?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah, man, I'm going to rock with Private Party. Like, I think they might just win it. Just kind of, hey, it's something new. They're the dark horse because you had the Lucha Bros, LAX, the Bucks. Like, you had all these established tag teams. It's like, all right, we'll throw nobody in here. Think they should get scrubbed. I think this is what NXT UK is trying to do. Not to say that he's going to win, but it's just to give something different. Because like you said, you got Trent Seven, you have Flash Morgan Webster, you have Wolf, Dar, like you have all these established names. Why not throw a wild card in there? Let them get a little run, see if you got something.
Was it Cedric? Was it the right guy? Was Kenny Williams the right guy to win over Amir Jordan? I mean, that's kind of fun to look at. I can't lie. Hey,
that is fun to look at. But like you said, the playing field, like I compare it to college basketball, which you didn't get this year. I mean, small school vibes. You got to love a good underdog story, even though if you know he's not going over any of the other guys, it builds that momentum right off the bat.
Now, Jack, last week where I asked you, what do you think is going to be the favorite of winning? You're like Mastiff, and I was like 7 guys were announced. You're like Mastiff. Now we have all 8.
Yeah.
Are you still Team Mastiff, or are you looking at my man Kenny Williams going to win it all?
I'm still Team Mastiff, man. I like the big fella. I think he's gonna go all the way. Still, I'm still backing him. You know, for those who don't know, I'm new to NXT UK. I didn't really watch it until it started with this reboot. So like watching this triple threat, it was interesting. You could tell. I agree. You could tell who was gonna win just because of the setup with the tag. You know, 2 of them being a team and whatnot. But Amir Jordan did feel like the star of the match. I was kind of surprised, not knowing anything about any of them. I felt like he was the biggest star in that ring. So I get why it happened, but I was a little surprised he didn't get the win there. But I stick with Mastiff. I think Mastiff's going to win this thing.
So guys, if you guys have been checking out Draped and Go, I have this like fantasy booking thing. I want Dave Massive against Bronson Reed on a takeover match. It's 800 pounds of meat in the ring. Now I know how much billions of dollars that would draw, but would you tune in to see this?
Is it a regular one-on-one match or do we get a stip?
Yeah, sure, a ladder match, whatever. Just tell me, no, a regular match.
Sign me up, big man bumping meat. Sign me up.
Yeah,
I'd love to see the ring break before they just step on the ring and it breaks. They don't do any moves.
NXT. Yeah, before I get out of here, I just want to talk to you real quick about Eddie Dennis. It looks like he's going from being a psycho to a psychopath. Very, very worn trope about quoting something famous and being sinister about it. We've been seeing it since like the days of Sean O'Hare. Now, you have this roster that's growing up. You've seen someone like Eddie Dennis before the reboot doing his matches, didn't really quite hit, didn't quite slap. Is there really a role for someone like that character that seems very NXT-ish, very main roster-ish in NXT UK, where everyone's just like hitting really hard and looking real quick in the camera?
I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for this, especially from Ced. But I watched that, and it took me a second to realize who it was. I was like watching the promo. I was like, why does he look familiar? And I was like, oh, that's why. You know what it reminds me of? Your boy said the perfect 10. Sean Spears.
In a good way or a bad way or just a way?
In a way where it's just like, all right, let's try this gimmick and see if this works. Because the first one didn't quite do it. Because Eddie Dennis pre-reboot, break was like, all right, like you're a big man, you're athletic. You had one banger with Dave Mastiff in that street fight, but it's like you don't fit. Like you said, he didn't really fit. So it's like, all right, let's make you a psychopath. Oh, I know this. I got this just right type manager. Maybe he'll wrestle again. I don't know. Let's give it some run. But I looked and I was like, Ty Dillinger, we're going to throw gimmicks at the wall and hope something sticks for you.
Man, to be fair, that was a dope gimmick. Ty Dillinger was
Ty Dillinger was great. The Perfect 10 was a great gimmick.
There's no
what
way
we got in AEW though?
You definitely like the Perfect 10 better than Chairman. 100%.
Yeah.
Better than Chairman, better than Sean Spears, News Network, whatever he's doing.
Well,
that's making totally fair, mad.
And anyone's better when George Hamilton's announcing you, but I'm just saying.
That's right. That music was good too. 10.
Best Royal Rumble spot in the past 5 years.
True.
Ooh, you know what? That is it. I have to fact check that, but my gut says you're right.
Top 5, yeah. I could think of Edge returning, Heath Slater getting beat up on the way to the ring. Like there's less than 4 other ones I can think of.
The Keith Lee Brock spot actually in the match. All right,
yeah. I'll give it that.
The top 10 is like a little emotional. No, so yeah, I'll give you that. But the 10 spot at the 10.
Yeah, it'll be top 10, number 10.
And the song said 10.
It was great. Yeah, it was fun.
Jack, let me ask you this, man. We had a women's match, which to me blew my mind away. Ginny versus Xia Brookside. Now, blew me away for this reason. Ginny tends to be usually very underhanded, very Miz-like, right? Mm-hmm. And you have Xia Brookside that's very high-flying. But this match was oddly technical. Thoughts about this? You're not seeing so much of these ladies before, but they're on this match now. Was it way too much? Did it hit the spot? Was it dope? Thoughts?
I liked them both. The very polar opposites. Xia just so lovable. I thought she was going to win this one coming into it because she's so lovable and just seems like someone you want to cheer for. Ginny, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I have that in my notes. She reminds me of Candice LeRae. Ginny, on the other hand, reminds me of like literally the opposite, just like some evil Disney queen as she walked out. I thought that was great. I was surprised Ginny won, but I liked them both. I thought... Yeah. I mean, NXT UK so far, from what I've seen, and NXT in general, just their women's division, what they're able to do with their rosters there is just incredible. And so I liked them both. This was one of those matches, again, as somebody who didn't watch UK before the break, no idea how it was going to go. So I enjoyed it the whole time. I couldn't figure out who was going to win it.
True. Now, question for you, Cedric. I know wrestling is a work, right? But like, if you had to like fictionally put a dollar amount value on how much somebody is worth in wrestling, you have to be hella rich to wrestle in Gucci and Prada, right? Like that's something that seems out of character, doesn't it? Is Jenny the most rich person on camera? That's what I want to know.
That's tough. So we're talking about like their actual
like the characters. Home? There's Ric Flair, limousine jet flying. Then Jenny has to be up there, right?
$1 Million Man's got to be number one. Just
Okay.
She cut a clean promo afterwards, so I'm not gonna check her pockets.
You putting MJF on that list too, right? Though.
Oh, well,
yeah.
MJF.
Man wears a fresh Burberry scarf every week. That can't be the same scarf.
Is it? I think it is though. I think you bought the one.
Got it on sale from the outlet.
Century 21.
He dry cleans it, you know.
Okay. Oh, that proves it. I can afford that dry cleaning.
Right, dry cleaning is just as impressive.
Just one scarf every week. Just dropping off this one item.
Just one. Thank you.
Need this back Monday by 7 p.m.
But for your opinion, fellas, thoughts about the match in your end? How'd that look like to you? Brookside versus Ginny.
Like you said, very technical. Something I didn't expect, but I actually appreciate technical matches. I like slow, methodical matches. I like things to breathe, to actually feel what's being done. The submission was kind of odd. Didn't seem like it looked like almost a half-ass Oscar lock, so I didn't really believe in it. But
yeah,
like I said, the promo at the end made up for it for me.
Yeah, thought so.
I enjoyed it. I've watched Ginny. I've been watching NXT UK since it started. I was like, screw it. It's NXT. I know some of the big names. I was like, all right, I'm in for it. Like from that first tournament, I was like, I'm hooked. Cool. Ginny's great. Zaya Brookside does give me good Candice LeRae vibes. Like a little lightweight poison. Well, a little lightweight pixie, no poison.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. I enjoyed the match. Was not expecting it to be so technical. The finish was a little off and weird to me. Like you said, I don't know why. It just was like, okay. But yeah.
It was a straight rest hold. It was rest hold. I don't.
Yeah, that's probably why I was like, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just so tired. No. Before
I want to go home. Let's go.
I got somewhere to be.
Hey, high tea's coming. Can we go?
Before we go stateside to NXT Prime, let me ask you guys a question. Cedric, tell me more about Bleav in NXT. When does it air? How can I tune in? Put yourself over, brother.
Mr. Welton, can you put us over, please?
Oh, I got to do it. Okay.
You guys don't have to do it.
I was actually expecting Jacob to do it, but you can catch Bleav in NXT. I guess we drop every Saturday morning audio dope. You can catch all of our guests on Mondays, and we actually record 3 times a week. We're on the Bleav podcast networks 3 times a week. We like to call ourselves the podcast tag team champs. We have been unopposed in that matter, but we will bring you weekly NXT content. We come with guests, stay for NXT, but we have hella sidebars from hip hop, social injustices, you name it. We talk about it all under the sun while making the internet wrestling community and the wrestling community as a whole a safe space to commune with each other.
That's what's up, man. Make sure you guys follow you on Twitter. I'll get you good time to put yourself over about that a little later. But NXT Prime Takeover Sunday, which is crazy because of pay-per-view just this last week. A dope one at that. Let's start with the NXT title, man. Kyle O'Reilly's getting the shot. You got the sappy promo package. He's going to try really hard to do it against the Prince Finn Balor. What we got in our main event was an alternative, I guess, to a contract signing, was a sit-down with NXT trainer Shawn Michaels. I dug it. I liked it a lot, but I want to hear what you think. First of you, Jack, thoughts about a sit-down between champion and challenger?
I thought this was fantastic. I thought they did such a good job. And one of the things that I think goes unappreciated with the Finn Balor is the way he is able to convey a story on the mic or in promos this way. The fact that it started off kind of friendly and the tension slowly built and you could feel that animosity building between them as it went without it being obvious and over the top and silly. The fact that Shawn Michaels was there but didn't feel like he even needed to be to get the point across was so good. And the fact that Finn Balor made Kyle O'Reilly feel like he belonged in that spot, because we've seen him as a tag team guy for so long, and he addressed that, but then he also was like, no, but you are really good, but not doing it in a pandering way, but also doing it in an I don't like you way. I thought this checked every single box, and I think Kyle O'Reilly is set to be a huge star. I think this was perfectly executed.
I got a gripe. I don't want to lead you guys on. Thoughts about the sit down, Cedric? Talk to me.
I've been saying Kyle O'Reilly should go solo like Ice Cube for like the past several months.
Kyle O'Reilly is the opposite of Ice Cube, sir. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I've been calling.
No, he's 2020 Ice Cube.
Okay.
I know when I look at Kyle O'Reilly, the first thing I think of is Ice Cube.
There we go. But I like that they're painting like not this underdog story, but like I belong here. And like Jack was saying, Finn giving the subtle digs like, hey, it doesn't matter how good you are and whatnot, but this is the Finn rub, and you're going to succumb to everybody else before you. But Kyle saying, hey, I can hang with you. I know who you are. I respect you, but you're going to get this work. I loved it. I don't even think, like you said, I don't think Sean really needed to be there. He was a kind of a poor moderator like our presidential debate. But I like that he was also kind of putting Kyle over and saying that he was the best kept secret in all of WWE and possibly the world of wrestling.
So I got 2 gripes, Della, man. Well, one's very small. The music in the background sounded like they were on a date, which is weird. But they gave Kyle O'Reilly the I'm just a boy with a mission package. They gave Rhea Ripley on her path to that title defense at WrestleMania. Now, people are saying it may be a turn for Undisputed Era, but I did think it came pretty hard and fast. Your thoughts about the sit down?
I enjoyed it, and it did make Kyle O'Reilly feel like he belongs. And I've literally listened to Ced since March say O'Reilly should go solo, that he deserves it. And I was like, yeah, I'm a huge O'Reilly fan. I love the Ring of Honor work, but I'm like, nah, we're gonna break this up. Let Roddy go solo because Roddy ain't going back to the trailer park. So Roddy gonna turn in classic after classic and might learn how to cut a promo. But I was like, cool. Finn made O'Reilly feel like he belonged. It was perfect. It didn't feel over the top. It didn't feel cheesy, except for the music. Now that you mentioned it, it stuck in my head. HBK is like it's HBK. Like it's like adding Jerry the King Lawler. It's just more name value to it. That's all HBK was there for.
Prince retains though?
Oh, 100%. Because why would we put the belt on Finn just to yank it off that quick? We're gonna make Finn Balor a transitional champ.
Said the same thing.
Exactly. I think Finn should have a long term, but Cedric had a point. Keith had that belt for what 3 weeks? 4 weeks? 5 weeks? June to August.
58
right?
days. 58
Come
days.
on.
Yeah.
And he lost by side suplex.
A lazy one at that, but yes.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
You put yourself into a corner there.
I've been saying since the beginning, the reason Finn Balor went to NXT is to help make everyone else at NXT look like stars, not to be a star. So I think if he lost the title, it makes total sense to help make Kyle O'Reilly a star. Finn Balor's not there to be a champion and be the star. He's there to make everyone else look like champions and be stars. So
you look like a champion as long as I keep a belt. I put you over and still go over.
No, but that's what I mean. Finn will be fine whether he loses or not. We've seen that already because Finn's been fine and he's had a spotty win-loss record at best in NXT. But he's still great. When he won the title, no one said to.
He has 2 L's and neither one is clean.
Jack's a hater. Don't listen to him.
No one. When he won the title was like, oh man, but he's lost a few times already. If he loses the title, he's still Finn Balor. He's still the Prince. He can still go on and have a feud with just about anyone on that roster, and we're still going to buy into it. But you can make Kyle O'Reilly a star right now. Why wait? Finn Balor will be fine either way. I think it's okay. Now, would I bet money that it's going to happen? No, but I'd be fine that I think it makes sense for him to. I think it's fine for him to be
Bayless of NXT, Jack Farmer. What?
That Cameron Grimes loss still pisses me off.
Yes!
Called it.
Yes! Oh,
Called
my
it.
gosh, man.
Oh, by the way, you buy that shirt yet?
No, I haven't.
What shirt? What shirt?
I'm not paying full price for it.
Put me on. What shirt?
A Cameron Grimes shirt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So this is what happened. He lost a bet with me.
Oh, okay.
I told this man that Cameron Grimes was going to beat Finn Balor. He didn't believe it. I said, cool. And then I think we were coming up on like the the Keith Lee triple threat with everybody. Yeah. And I was like, hey, let's just double down. So Keith Lee, Adam Cole, when Cole loses and Keith Lee wins with no interference, no distraction from Karrion Kross.
Interfered, set up that feud.
Nope.
Didn't have
you were wrong. So
now
I need that Cameron Grimes shirt.
And he tried to double down, make me buy a Legado del Fantasma shirt, which is like almost just as worse for me.
Ah, man, that's messed up. I was just throwing money away, man. You might as well burn it.
But the Cameron Grimes shirt is literally just his name and like, I don't know, acrylic font. And it's like black, gray, and it's like murky green. And plus I got to buy the murky green color, like the ugly one. So
yeah, of course,
the
ugly Cameron
ugly
Grimes
brown
shirt.
one. Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of redundant, but
I think it's fair. I think you got to go. hey, if you lose a bet, you gotta pay up.
I know that's fine. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale.
So real talk. There's one time where Jack Farmer said, if I get this wrong, I'll wear a lucha mask, and he did. He went to work one day wearing a lucha mask. I was like, brother, why put yourself in that corner? I wouldn't even try. But speaking of your boy Cameron Grimes, he had his own quote. Cameron Grimes Stepping Stone Invitational match where he beat Joey Pistachio in 4 seconds. So props. But Ridge Holland, the man who still needs pants, beat his ass to a point of a stoppage. Cedric, what's going on with your boy, man? What's he doing? He's crazy.
I mean, I'm not really a big fan of Diet Fit Finley, but he got Cameron Grimes off Matella figure. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to think of Ridge Holland. And this actually was like a face move from him because I thought that he was just going to be this big brute that was a heel. Doesn't really have a character, but if you're gonna squash Cameron Grimes, you're okay with me.
The hate, Finn Balor up there, Cameron Grimes up there. Yeah, like what if someone who says that, like that Cameron Grimes is something that is a lost art in professional wrestling, is that he is a true heel, like Baron Corbin on SmackDown. He doesn't want to be a heel that gets cheered or a heel that goes, he's pretty good at healing, like MJF. He's a guy you're supposed to hate. No.
Tell him about
exactly.
Tell them about the garbage you told me about him taking the belt off Adam Cole.
All right, so I had this idea because WWE tends to borrow from PWG, from Evolve. They tend to borrow storylines from other places and hope nobody notices it.
More to storylines, but
so, well, yeah, that too. But so Cole was the longest reigning PWG champ. Want to know who put an end to that run? Cameron Grimes, when he was known as Trent Seven. And I was like,
Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee.
Yeah, Trevor Lee, not Trent Seven. Yeah, Trevor Lee. I was like, and they were kind of teasing it. I was like, he went over Finn. He's been kind of poking his head around the title picture. I was like, you know what? Why not, right? You want to make Cameron Grimes an absolute heel that everybody loathes and despises? Give him that belt and a mic for 2 weeks at a time, and he won't shut the hell up.
I like it. Technical Savage. I'm telling you, man, we need heels. Right. I think the problem with reality wrestling is that everyone wants to be, either he's super cool or he's a bad guy, but he's a nice guy, like a Samoa Joe, to his discredit. Fantastic at being a heel, but everyone wants to like him. Why not have a heel you want to hate? Like,
you just can't hate Joe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You can't hate him, but you need someone you have to hate. Like Miz in his prime.
I'm with you, Flobo. I think Cameron Grimes is someone who is so important to the NXT brand. First off, beating Finn Balor made this guy. Now he's getting his own little segments. He's beating guys like Joey Pistachio, climbing up the ladder, making big moves. But to your point, you're right. He's so obnoxious. He's so annoying. In wrestling, you either want to see a guy punch someone in the face or you want to see that guy get punched in the face. And there's no one in NXT right now that I want to see get punched in the face more than Cameron Grimes week in and week out. I think of him very much like the Dakota Kai of the division right now, where just a glue of holding the middle of it all together right now. And someone that you can put him against anyone and you're going to cheer for that other person no matter what. To the point of Ridge Holland, I don't know whether I'm supposed to like the guy or hate the guy, but if he's going to come out and punch Cameron Grimes, I like the guy. I want to see him do it more. I think it made me like Ridge Holland more just because he came out and hit Cameron Grimes. And the way that Cameron Grimes was like, no. If you want to come in and shake my hand, that's cool. It was great. Yeah. I loved it. It was such a good moment. I think Cameron Grimes is severely undervalued, and I like the way you compare him to Baron Corbin because I think they're very similar in that regard.
True. Cedric, the other half of the story is Ridge Holland. Here's somebody that was in NXT UK, had a little bit of a start, but then the pandemic shut everything down. Now he's on NXT Prime, had a match with Gargano where he basically dumped him on his head, and he's now trying to build his way back up. Was this the right call for Ridge Holland? What would you do with him next?
So, again, we got to figure out what his character is, and is he face or heel? Because naturally, a man of his size, let's say he takes on Damian Priest, I think that's cool. But like we're talking about the lack of heels in that mid-card division, I think if you want to have him be a babyface, then I think you automatically have him go. If you want to build a real big program about Ridge Holland and make him have the spotlight, I think you put him against Dream. I think Dream is hated for so many reasons right now. And I think he goes over Kushida on Sunday. So I think I'm cynical. I think it's going to burn. I think it's going to burn.
I mean, I'm cynical too. Respect. Yeah.
But But I think Ridge can, in that type of spotlight with a good work rate guy like Dream can get the best out of him, and if he's the protagonist to go over Dream, I think that'll help elevate him into that space where he can be a mid-card contender and maybe face Priest or your Bronson Reeds and whatnot like that.
It's weird to me, man, because when Ridge Holland in NXT UK was like, this is dope. Ridge Holland in NXT is like, this is a character. You know what I mean? Like, who was a Billy Club in 2020? Like, I don't understand. Yeah. Did he get it from eBay? I have no idea. I hope he does well, but it doesn't seem to be like he's hitting as hard and as fast as they would like, it seems.
It's a little weird when his thing is he's a rugby player, but yeah, he also has like the slapjack thing, and like I don't really get. It doesn't really go together. That doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, he looks like he's built like a rhino. I mean, he's got everything you'd want. But to the point, yeah. Why am I'm not emotionally invested in Ridge Holland is the problem. Like he's got everything, but do I go, oh man, I really hope he's on this week? No, because I don't really know what I'm getting with him other than a guy that walks out and sort of looks weird because he's not wearing knee pads. I don't know.
That's what it is.
We solved it.
It's the knee pads. There we go.
Big E's like, what? I need knee pads. Y'all bugging right now. Well, let's move over to the women's division, man. We got Dakota Kai. Jack mentioned she is the one that holds that glue together because she is one of the pure heels in that division. And a match against Shotzi Blackheart, again, the mid card face for that division. I've said it on Twitter. I felt like Dakota Kai and Shotzi Blackheart could headline a big four. This match was really made to set up Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez some more. Della, help me out here. Dakota Kai and Shotzi Blackheart, where are they going right now, and how do you keep Rhea Ripley in the mix without icing her too much?
You can put Rhea Ripley in a deep freezer, throw her in the bottom of the ocean outside Antarctica for all I care. You can just completely ice Rhea Ripley.
That was a swerve. I think like, oh, she's still gonna be warm. Like, nah.
You can ice her like Mr. Freeze for all I care. Like, get her out of here.
Really?
This is our nightmare.
I don't care. It's my nightmare too to keep seeing her in the title picture.
I am shocked and appalled. Cedric, help me out. Do you think Rhea Ripley belongs in the ocean?
I'm shocked you guys there. This is what I hear every week. But no, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Gonzalez, and it's a shame that for me, I like Dakota Kai. I thought her feud with Io should have went on a little bit longer.
Yes.
And I think, but no shade to Candice. I think that feud will go on for like 3 months. But I believe Kai will actually be a face of this women's division at some point. Because she has the heater. You're doing the Shawn Michaels, Daddy Cool thing. Like, let that cook a little bit. But obviously, they want to have the big titles of the women's division. And of course, they are hovering Rhea around the title more and more, but keeping her just far away. They move Mercedes to the main roster. You're going to go and fight Raquel Gonzalez now, and by the end of the year, Della hates it, but Rhea's going to be a champion again, and then Io is going to move on to the main roster. They're just keeping Rhea far away enough before they pull the trigger.
So
otherwise, she'd have went back to UK or main roster already.
I got a question from the chat here. Charlene says, why does he not respect her, Rhea Ripley, Della? Why? Why? The fans want to know.
All right. So it's not that I don't respect Rhea Ripley. It's just I watched NXT UK and I saw what Rhea was. And I was like, oh, this is great. I love this badass heel. Like, she's perfect in NXT UK. Okay. You throw her across the pond and all of a sudden she's supposed to be this lovable, kind babyface who has like no edge to her really. And not to mention she nerfed Bianca Belair with a busted ass Riptide. Like, I'm not over that. And also you keep her in the title picture. You ran your mouth, you pulled up in Charlotte's house. Charlotte was like, okay, you know what? I'm bored. Let me slide down to your apartment real quick since you rode up my penthouse. Let me come down to about the second floor. I'm gonna whoop your ass in your house. Oh no, actually, come up to the penthouse, come to Mania. I'm gonna make you tap, and then I'm gonna come back to your place. I'm gonna walk around with the belt, not defend it. You ain't gonna do nothing. You finally get your match, and you take knees to the face from Io, and it's just like, bye. Just back of the line. You had your run. Let somebody else cook. You got too much talent to keep running the same person over. She's literally NXT Charlotte without the redeeming qualities of being Charlotte.
Wait, so somebody comes out and like earlobe spacers and chains and spikes is too lovable for you, sir? Is that what you're saying?
Did you not watch NXT UK?
So someone who's like 5'11" and 165 pounds has no redeeming qualities, sir.
Did you not watch NXT UK? Did you not see how she was over there?
I do. I just feel like you're a hater. I just feel like like you hate her Ripley right now.
I'm just saying. She was like the top dog. She had edge. She was aggressive, and now it's just like, oh. I see what they're trying to do. You're trying to make me like somebody. Like, she's Scrappy Doo now. I can't like her like this.
No one deserves because her Scrappy Doo. Scrappy Doo was trash.
Scrappy
Doo was a mistake. No, bro.
Whoa. Scrappy Doo slander?
Yeah. No, it's not slander if it's true. Nope.
Wow.
Oh,
let me at him.
I'll be power my ass now. But okay, the matches here, Jack, let me ask you, man. Voice the reason, Ripley aside, because there's haters in the room. Dang. Shotzi Blackheart, we were worried about her cooling off a bit, but she got the win here, sort of. You know, what do you think her prospects are after?
How am I supposed to just jump off of this Rhea Ripley commentary?
How do you want to touch it, man? He's like, you know what? I can't call Walter that Dominic. I don't want to get in trouble. Rhea Ripley's trash. She sucks. Right, it's like,
right. Yeah, what happens if you run into Rhea Ripley at the Panera Bread?
I'm 6'4". I take my chances. I take my chances.
Anyone with those piercings, I'm not taking my chances with. That is my brutality, I think. But Shotzi,
I mean, I'll just pull Sammy and just take the gauges and handcuff her to a ladder or something.
So Shotzi Blackheart, man, is she not the most natural transition from being that mystery person on TV in a losing effort to full-blown legitimate potential star that we've seen in a long time? I mean, without it feeling forced, without it feeling like, okay, now she's the chosen one or anything like that. She literally went from being that like, oh, who's this random who's saying someone she's never going to beat, to being like, wow, she is going to be a champion. And to double up on that, we've got a draft coming soon. I can't help but think that if I'm the mystery GM of Raw, if I'm the mystery GM of SmackDown, I'm not asking myself if I should be drafting Shotzi. I'm asking myself how quickly I should be drafting Shotzi, because I think she's ready. She's ready to be the person.
I can see her on SmackDown for real though. I hope they don't touch any NXT superstars at all though, because they're just using so many on Raw and SmackDown right now. I'm not. Look, otherwise, we won't have a Survivor Series.
Whether or not they do a good job, I mean, like I said, if you're the Browns and you're drafting a quarterback, it doesn't matter whether you're going to do them good. You just see if they're good.
Tell that to the Jets. Tell that to Jets fans.
Jets don't play football. They don't play football anymore. They quit football.
I mean, I'm not saying it would be the best thing in the world for everyone involved, but I'm saying, like, if you're someone who's looking at a potential person to bring to your roster right now, Shotzi's the person that I think in 2021 can define a roster if given that opportunity.
See, I miss the days of NXT actually building their talent. And it's not that long ago. It's like 2-3 years ago when they actually built guys. They had the program, won the title, dropped the belt to the next one up. Then they get the call up. We haven't been doing enough of that. And that's why we end up with like T-Bar, Slapjack, and Mace.
It's hard to say because, yes, you're right. That's been more accelerated. But then what we had was a 2-hour to NXT thing. So you had to fill up with more recruits that weren't ready. And then the pandemic hit. And you're like, well, we don't know who's on the board and who's not because the E hasn't been forward with who is available. But you're right. But the whole time, Della, you were shaking your head no about Shotzi Blackheart.
Because I love Shotzi. And you send Shotzi to SmackDown, she'll maybe survive. I think she'll survive better on SmackDown than if you send her to Raw. Because what is Raw's women's division right now?
It's really deep, and they're not doing nothing, though.
They have the bodies, but they're not putting them on TV.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I feel like it's going to be the problem is she'll be cutting promos backstage, and that's it, in Wrestling on Main Event. You send her to SmackDown, I think she has a fighting chance to have at least a one-off. Like, I love Nikki Cross to death, but I'm kind of tired of seeing Nikki Cross and Bayley. And I don't want to see Lacey Evans anywhere near a title picture anytime soon. So, what else you got on SmackDown?
That hey, Lacey Evans.
Nah.
Banana brings unpredictable.
Lacey's a great heel, though.
Lacey's great.
Yeah, man. She's like too fast when she wasn't ready for him, and now she's like in limbo again.
She has the Corbin stench on her that she hasn't been able to shake. I think that's what it is for me.
I mean, yeah, she got 3 title shots back to back last year.
Yeah, and then got a few more this year, and I'm just like, go away, please.
It's because
like
she's
tried her
so
as a heel, tried a face, and it didn't work.
Her character is so strong that it can survive losses, and they've gotten too comfortable with that, I think. And so she gets these shots, she loses because but her character's so strong, she'll be fine. But when you've seen her lose opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, you're just like, what are we doing? Like, who cares anymore? So yeah, I think she like everyone in WWE, she could be fantastic, but we need to somehow shake this situation she's in there. I'm not saying Shotzi would be more successful in those plays. I'm just saying if I was running the show at SmackDown, I would want to steal her away from the other company. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, definitely. For that point, yeah. But if I'm looking out for Shotzi's interest, I'm like, nah, baby girl, stay in college another year. You finna go number 1 overall? Nah. Who got? Girl, go get that insurance policy in case you get hurt. And just go take all them electives and just play 1 more year. We'll be fine.
Well, let's talk about people with opportunities and opportunities. Tony Nese comes out of hibernation for a match against Kushida, which is a brand new Kushida, apparently. Yeah. Has a match against Velveteen Dream this Sunday. Kushida looks a lot more aggressive. It's kind of funny, him coming out with the Back to the Future vest jacket with a frown on his face, but he's doing it. The match itself was pretty solid. Okay. I like to be on board with New Kushida. I really do, but I don't think Tony Nese was the right guy. Jack, help me out here.
I love Tony Nese, so I thought this was perfect. I think Tony Nese 2021 is going to be the Buddy Murphy of 2021. I think he's going to have a bit of a personal breakout. I don't think he'll be the biggest star in the world in 2021, but I think we're going to see a lot more of him because, I mean, he can wrestle well. He's freaking jacked. I don't know how he's under the cruiserweight weight. I don't believe that one bit. But I like Tony Nese, and I think he's a perfect person to bring out to have a good match with and lose and make Kushida look good in the process without feeling like you cost a valuable current roster member, if that makes sense. You don't have to have someone who you don't have to have him beat a undisputed era member or anything like that. I think you still get a good win out of a Tony Nese without really burning any equity in other wrestlers. So I like Tony, though. I'm a fan of Tony Nese.
But New Kushida? Are you following New Kushida, or are you just kind of like, I'm over it?
I actually do like that he's more aggressive. I'm into it. I agree with your point. Him being a time traveler with a Back to the Future hoverboard thing going on is a little silly if you're going to be this aggressive, vicious person. But at the same time, whatever. He stands out. You notice him. I can make jokes about whether or not this is present day Kushida or future Kushida or past Kushida coming back. Like, which version of this are we actually dealing with? I hope one of these times, like, present Kushida rolls under the ring and future Kushida comes out on the other side.
I came back to beat your ass a second time.
Wow, how come he's suddenly fresh? It's because it's past Kushida.
Time loops and all that. So what about you, Cedric? Thoughts about Kushida? I know you're saying that you think that he's going to lose against Velveteen Dream on Sunday, but just this new character we saw today at NXT or yesterday.
So I can't say I'm really here for it. And it's like, just because it feels like this is like the third reboot. And now it's like, oh, I'm more angry now, and I'm so anti the angry foreigner gimmick. I hate it, but I mean, I hate it. It's like so stereotypical. But what I do like,
what I Lee match, so brace yourself. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's
protect your face.
When all else fails, angry foreigner. That's good representation. Yeah. But I mean, the thing about Kushida that I do love is when we were doing the ladder match contenders, and he was like reversing everything into arm bars. That's dope. I don't even need to see any promo work because it's like, all right, the armbar is the most deadliest move. Now, what I would have liked to see more of from Kushida instead of another reboot is like, why didn't they ever go sign his boy full time and just have them do the tag team? Because we don't have tag team already. That could have been a quick way to get him over. And once they drop the belts, or maybe they just don't get it, then you say, hey, I'm a single star too. But now all these reboots, like, I'm not into it. And they clearly want Velveteen Dream to be like this bigger heel now. And I think he works better as a heel. Personally, despite all the hate he gets, I feel like this is also Kushida's first takeover, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's either sink or swim there, and I feel like since everybody hates Velveteen Dream so much, I feel like the WWE is going to be just as cynical and say, "Hey, we're going to give him a win at Takeover 31."
That would be the most thing on brand for sure.
Yeah, it would, and I'd have to listen to him say he was right and told me so.
Yeah. Oh, you're not a Dream fan either?
I love Kushida. It's just Dream right now. it's like where there's smoke, there's fire. And I get they came out and said we investigated, but it's like your name keeps popping up. It stays in some kind of circulation, some kind of rotation. It's just like,
look, man, if my name keeps coming up, the answer is it's all a hoax. I am innocent. Every single time. So I tell you, it's kind of a weird situation. It kind of feels weird to cheer for a Dream Valley driver when you read the same sites we do. You're like,
yeah, it's just like, can we just sit you in timeout just a little bit longer? Because at the same time, Dream is only 24, 25.
True.
Yeah.
Like, just, you hadn't hit your prime yet, kid. Like, if anything, we're saving you from yourself a little bit. Let's just sit you down until we can fully, like, send whoever we got on payroll to check this all the way through. Maybe send you to counseling or something just in case if it's an issue or whatever it is. Like, let's work this out with all the parties. Make sure that there's no way that we're like, 6 months down the road, we're like, all right, now you're no longer a bridesmaid. Now you're the bride, Dream. Here's the NXT title. And then the next day, wham, here we are right back in the DMs again. It's like, it's like what do we just, like what?
Yeah. Dream, no. I got you.
It's like the RVD thing where he got caught smoking pot by the cops, him and Sabu. And it was like, all right, well, we got to get the bet off you, bury you right down the card.
Yeah, back when it cared, people did weed.
Back then, yeah.
Austin Theory had a match against Adam Cole, and Adam Cole short work of him because, their Undisputed Era is turning a bit. I know we're in the interest of time, so I won't go too much into that, but I'll talk about the main event real quick. The Io Shirai and Damian Priest, the North American title champion and women's champion, had a match against the Garganos. 50-50 booking has you going. The Garganos may come out on top on Sunday. Is that the best thing for the brand, you think?
For this, it's so weird. I'm not buying the Garganos thing. I'm just not into it. I get what they're trying to do, and I feel like they're checking the boxes. I just don't believe it, though. It feels like they're acting. It feels like it's insincere. But it also feels like if they don't win at TakeOver, there's nothing left for them. There's not really anything for them to do at this point, except for go to one of the other rosters, which I think would be probably best for them in general. I actually really liked Damian Priest and Io Shirai together. I thought that was cool. Cedric, I think you said it on Twitter, but I noticed because I watched it. I watched the show after I saw you say it on Twitter. The way they combined the songs of Damian Priest and Io Shirai was great. Like, it was a really good transition between the two. I loved it. But I don't know. I don't want the Garganos to win. I'm not really buying it right now. But if they don't win, then I really don't know what you do with those two.
Yeah, I don't know what it'll take to get them over. Cedric, help me out here. You're the man with the story plan. You have the Garganos there. They're fantastically in the ring, decorated years and years of the wrestling craft. But this heel character seems to be flat to me. What would you do to help them out?
See, I love it, man. I love the Garganos as heels. I don't think they even need the titles to really get over. The dinner with the Garganos and just the camera angles, the black and white, that gets it over for them. Even the segment they did with Tegan Knox a couple weeks back was well done, good taste. Now, I actually told Jacob a few days ago, I was like, hey, Garganos are going to win on Wednesday just because they're going to eat these pins on Sunday separately. It's going to happen. And I said Damian Priest will eat the pin because Io hasn't taken a pin in over a year. Candice LeRae is not taking that title off Io Shirai. Does Johnny Gargano have a little bit more likely? But he's a former North American title champ already. So if anything, this is just going to build Damian Priest's legacy. I see Johnny trying to cheat the win, and we've seen Priest have these gargantuan ways to overcome adversity in the past. And I just think Io Shirai is going to get busy on Candice, cheating or not, because she doesn't eat pins. So I mean, the Garganos have that. They'll have this innate gift to like put over their gift of gab and talk about how much they deserve it, how much they're the new it couple, if you would, except Candice can actually wrestle, but they're just not going to have straps. That wasn't shade to Maurice. I'm just being honest.
That was 100% a shot.
I like Maurice as Divas champion. That's not shade. She was cool.
That's not convincing at all, Cedric.
Going, but she can wrestle is one hell of a shot to go like, oh, it's not a shot, I promise. I didn't mean to shoot you in the foot. I didn't shoot you in the foot, but my foot's bleeding.
Right.
Oh, man, the politicians. President Cedric. I love it. I never seen nice though, Shay. What are you talking about? I don't know, man. Like I like Io Shirai with the championship, although I do kind of miss her being the heel. I get it. I don't think Candice is heelish enough to especially how she can be a lot more aggressive as the Poison Pixie. But that is me complaining at my TV. Real quickly, we had Xia Li basically reinforced she's a heel now in a match against Kaden Carter, where Kaden was like, I beat your ass, handshake? She's like, nah. But real quick before we get out of here, I want to talk to you about this cruiserweight match on Sunday.
Yes,
boy,
let's
Santos
get it.
Escobar and Isaiah Swerve Scott were apparently in 2 purple nightclubs at the same time, talking about how on Sunday they would beat each other's ass. This kid's still the show. Now, Jack, I know Swerve is from your part of the country, the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest. Will he walk out the new cruiserweight champion on Sunday?
God, I hope so. I've been saying that he could be a breakout star of the year. I think he has so much potential. I think he's so natural on the microphone. He's so believable, and he's someone who I feel like is what people would want to be a fan of today, where he's very cool, he's very good, but he's not the old school, like John Cena-esque, like yelling into a microphone kind of guy, but you still believe everything he does. Santos Escobar, I think, is the perfect person for him to go against because they're so ingrained in who they are, but they're not just generic opposites of each other at the same time. I 100% think this could steal the show, and I 100% think that Swerve could win the title, and it could become Swerve's house officially at TakeOver.
Real quick before I ask you, Cedric, Santos Escobar says, as far as to what Swerve said in his promo, what you call a bag of tricks, I call a century of tradition.
Let's talk
Here's the
about
thing,
that.
man. Santos could actually win this, man, just on that promo alone.
So that was the best part of that promo. He said a century of a tradition, but I ain't seen him do lucha, nothing. He did a suicide dive maybe like 3 or so weeks ago. He is the anti-luchador if I've ever seen it. And that's why I can't get with Escobar, man. Like there's nothing that draws me to his in-ring work. And Swerve is gonna put on a great match, but this Sunday he's gonna be Isaiah, Swerve, Ziggler. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride. Escobar is gonna retain until they build somebody else up to take the top of Escobar. Because for lack of the better options in the 205 Live division, Escobar just has it. He has the stable, he has the look, the promos, the in-ring work is trash, but I mean, it helps you put TV time on right now. And it sucks until whenever happens with Devlin and some other guys we get from overseas to come back, we are stuck with Santos.
Ooh,
Wow. Wow, man. See, that's what I deal with every week. Escobar is great. He wrestles a different style of lucha. Like there's levels to it. Like Meek Mill says, there's levels to this, man.
Yeah.
And he's not trash. He's just not all flying out like Lucha House Party. He's not all flippy.
Yeah.
And speaking of, you mentioned date music earlier with the sit down. Looking at Escobar, I was like, what dimly lit restaurant are you in that you can barely keep the lights on? It's like, hey, yo, we only got $250 for utilities, so like, can you cut the lights down a little bit? Like, did you check the usage before we started filming this?
It was like, hey, I would have beat you on Sunday. I'll have the chicken fingers, but on Sunday, it's mine.
Like
The chicken fingers.
what dim lit place are you in?
Yeah.
You're the champ, and I could barely see the belt behind you.
I thought it was a
promo
window.
was great.
I thought it was a window. I couldn't lie. I was like, oh,
The promo's great. They're gonna turn the house down. They're gonna tear it down Sunday. You got to start the show with them too.
I think Santos Escobar looks so cool. I think his outfits, I think his entrance, I think his team. I think right now the 205 division, even though it's like so whittled down and we have so few options, everyone in it I enjoy more than I think I have in a long time as far as that division, as far as the individuals in it being enjoyable people.
Yeah.
I think it's great right now, especially considering the lack of people they have in it. But both these guys are people who I would love to see holding the title going forward. So I feel like it's a win-win for me. I've been a Swerve fan for a long time, so I'm a little biased in that regard. But also I was a Santos fan in Lucha Underground. So King Cuerno fan in Lucha Underground. So I'm a little torn here, but I mean, this is a wrestling fan's dream. I like both of them. I'm going to be happy either way. I'm going to be sad either way. Either way, I'm going to go this. I'm happy. I'm sad. It's great. It's perfect. It's pro wrestling. It's everything I'm looking for. This is the match I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I am too. TakeOver is this Sunday. Can't wait to watch that. But that does it for us on Draped in Gold. Before we get out of here, though, I'm going to give you guys a chance to tell me where we can find you online. And real quickly, there was a promo last night about a return this Sunday. Who do you think it is? Starting with you, Della. Who do you think is coming back? And where can we find you online?
All right, so you can find me on Twitter at _JDella. That's _JDELA. You can also find the Bleav in NXT podcast at Bleav in NXT. Bleav is spelled BLEAVINNXT. Nice and simple, like the show. Oh, I'm watching it. First week, I was like, all right, looks like a male superstar is coming back. And they kept making the whole champion bit. So I ran through the list and I was like, Joe, Bo Dallas, KO. I'm leaning toward Bo Dallas. But watching last night, I was like, is that a woman? It's like that might be a woman. And then I'm like, I don't know. So I got Bo Dallas or Joe. If it's a woman, I want to say Ember Moon, but she's still hurt, so I got nothing. If it's a woman, I have no clue who.
Cedric, where can we find you online? Who you got?
You find me at Ced Says at CEDD_SAYS and on Instagram at Ced is the answer. Of course, check out the Bleav in NXT podcast. I also write for Daily DDT. Check out my stories there. But I'm kind of piggybacking on that. It's either going to be Bo Dallas. If it's a woman, I don't think Ember Moon. Or there have been some rumblings of Melina or Victoria coming back. Maybe it's not a past NXT star. But I think they swerved us on Monday. I'm saying TakeOver gets glorious this weekend. I don't think there's a place for Robert on Raw. So I think we get glorious on Sunday.
I'll pop for that.
Yeah, I'd be happy. Yeah, you can find me at jackcfarmer.com as well as at Real Jack Farmer across all social media. You can also check me out on the Anytime Radio Show every Monday, which you can find new episodes at theanytimeradioshow.com, as well as you can find me on the Everything Tournament on Tuesdays and Elite of the Week every Wednesday as well.
So what do you got on Sunday?
Oh yeah, I've same with these guys. You guys, I've gone through the Ember Moons and everyone else. The most logical answer seems to be Bo Dallas, and I've learned in my life the most logical one seems to be the one that always happens, as much as we work ourselves up with who it could be. So I'm just going to say Bo Dallas. I think that's who it's going to be.
Of course, it's your boy Flobito. You can follow me across all no, I'm kidding. I'm that good. .com/FloboBoys, Twitch.tv/FloboBoys, and please during these times support a homie and buy a t-shirt over at Flobito.threadless.com. I actually had Samoa Joe myself, but now I'm kind of leaning towards Bobby Roode because that dude deserves more. But until next week, man, I'm out. Peace out. See you after TakeOver. Woo!